so much more to go. We are so far behind, and I'm just you gotta keep rolling, man. Sales are not as strong as they should be. Let's put it that way. But hey, we got more stuff to go through. What do we have? I we covered the space base earlier in a previous video, and I think these are my other aliens carded from the collection. So Kenner Aliens is one of the most fantastic toy lines of the 90s. It is still well collected, well loved, but there's still quite a number of them out there packaged loose. Like by the 90s, people knew when they were buying toys for their kids, let alone lots of collectors too are out there, they knew not to throw them out at that point. The old school mentality of just toss and move on, it's gone. Like people are saving this stuff. So a lot of this stuff is still in the package and loose out there, and that kind of really adds to the formula of just not big buku dollars. Now these are the Space Base. Like that sounds like an amazing techno song. Like welcome to the Space Base. Level 1. That's how I think about the Space Base mentally. These are the British packages. Now, in Britain, they received, well, you can probably apply it to all of Europe, but they came with trading cards like this, which were amazing. We never got trading cards at all. And trading cards, anytime Kenner was on the ball, baby. They had Jurassic Park trading cards. We had Aliens trading cards. I just wish they kept up with it because I like non-sports trading cards, and then I like action figures, and this is perfect. These are the space bases. So in the UK only, they created the space base, and there's 6 of them, and they're little pop-up displays that all interlink together. They're very beautiful. Like these were documented when they came out in the mid 90s. People are searching for them, collectors. It's like it's a bygone era, thinking about 30 years ago. But I love this stuff, and as I say, there are a lot of things in this room that are neat. I'll just pull this out. This is up for sale. Look, it's the Naboo Royal Starship. I loved episode 1 as a kid. I like this. It's still fun. This is where the heart is. So these are all keepers. They were about $35 each. When Nika redid a lot of the original aliens from Kenner in newer, updated, higher sculpts, they had an effect on the vintage ones, and these went up in value. So here's a Night Cougar, just a regular version, Alien Puma. That so sweet. There's a Scorpion Alien, which is like the classic. I love how the bubbles are completely different. These are form fitting to the actual action figure, while we got like the circular bubble. But all the artworks here, more 3D pop up. This is the examination bay. And then we have a basic Queen face hugger, which was an odd piece. But if you notice anything about this, did you notice something? Facehaga. This is a Japanese piece. Look at that. You didn't see that coming out of here, did you? Yeah. So in Japan, same as always, 90s toys are getting popular. The toys have already been made. Same with all things. They just said, hey, do you want to bring it over? License it out. Same thing. They've done this before with vintage Star Wars and other toy lines. So yeah, they just took the original UK package, made it into Japanese. Nomura Toy brought them over. And I believe Nomura brought over the final series, while the first series was done by Epoch. But in general, you get the idea. I just wish I bought more of this in Japan. The last trip I went to about 2 months ago, I was walking around like Mandarake Mirimura in Nakano Broadway, which is just an entire store dedicated to American toys. And they used to have stuff like this for $10 each. They used to have wall to wall, just amazing Japanese 90s toys that nobody cared about. And they were worthless. Like to them, it was all worthless. Small soldiers, aliens, Predator, Batman. And then I went there this time. There was no aliens, nothing I had an interest in, but it was all overpriced. 15 bucks, 20 bucks each for like US Batman figures you get for $3 each on eBay. It was crazy. And I was just like, oh man, so I'm just happy with what I own. That being said, we got a lot of funky stuff in here. Look at this. So we definitely did not go through this box. So we have G.I. Joe. So I always tell people there's a path we're all destined to take. Choose. It is G.I. Joe or it is Transformers. That's pretty much it. You can still love both, but your passion will make you collect one more than the other. And for me, it's Transformers. I like G.I. Joe. I have a number of card vintage box. I have like a whole loose complete set of everything loose. It's a wonderful series. And I just when I see stuff like this, I don't get excited. I get more excited looking at Spy Troops, to be honest with you, from the early 2000s. So I'm gonna let this stuff go. I like, but they're wonderful. I just how many more Joes do you need? I did love the Medi Viper, so we're gonna keep the Medi Viper because that was a great Viper. That was one I'd like to buy a 6-inch of. That being said, then we have a Scrap Iron. Wonderful character. Missing, missile launcher. These might have been from the fan club. These are beloved. I mean, the first series, O-Ring will always be the gold standard. 6-inch now classifieds being heavily collected. The 25th anniversary stuff is in this quasi. People still like it, but it's still really cheap because the entire toy line was just aimed for collectors. So that's why if you want any of them, they're still available for almost, a little bit more than retail because everybody kept them in the package. And so if I let these things go, I can buy all this back and more for, not that much money. So that's fine. A little more odd for you guys will be Zoobles. So Zoobles is the girls' version of Bakugan. So this is G Power, G Power, Jane's Elfin, which actually might have a good value to it. Special $3. Gotta handle these Bakugan very carefully. Their bubbles are so poorly glued on. You can see it's lifting all the way on the sides here. If I drop this from like a foot, the whole thing will fall off the card. It's insane. So Zoobles, I really like the colors, how crazy they were. This one literally turns into an octopus, it looks like. That is weird. Oop. And Zoobles for a while actually had some good value. Look at that, number 163, 164. That's how far they got with Zoobles. That's a ton of figures. Yeah, number one, I think it was a cat. It was like 25, 30 when they were coming out. But I like the stuff. It's fun, but at this point, as I said, like, keep one of each, let them go. Bakugans, I just gotta get the money, man. I gotta get the money. I can't have a passion for everything, right, guys? But if you really like these things, the Bakugan or the Zoobles, you can just pick them up loose. Now we're gonna get to a lot of Bakugan, and Bakugan, guys, is a very powerful toy line. So many people collect this line. It is ridiculous. It is popular across the entire world, not so much on Mars. Everyone who likes it on Venus is dead because they can't breathe there. But in general, don't dismiss it. You have the flea markets, they pick them up, especially the clear ones. The clear ones usually are 50-50, pretty good or not good. But if you're buying a whole lot, just be happy. But I had a friend in Japan that would pick up pieces for me, exclusive promo items, because he is a Bakugan master. We had a discussion about this 2 months ago, and he was just like, there's some one person ahead of him that was more diehard, but he has. I can't get into it. It's just amazing. He is like if there's a store promotional piece that only 500 were ever made, he would go to the stores after the promotion and say, "Do you have any more? Do you have any more?" And he has like 30 to 40 of it. It's just so I'm excited to find more Bakugan hopefully in here that are now crazy dollars. So right here we have a Japanese piece. Look at that. 3-piece set, all specialized colors. Flare Dragon, Destroy Mutmungus, and Van Falco. Those are little messed up names there. Convert System. My knowledge on Bakugan is not as good as it should be. I want to know more, but the time is just kind of running out on figuring out everything that you own. And then, of course, diving into a toy line that's almost 20 years old now. So yeah, there's a point we have to draw the line. So we're gonna let this puppy go, but I would be really excited about finding like the white mailer boxes and promo boxes. But I knew that Bakugan would be pretty good in the past, so I was picking up a lot of stuff on discount. We knew the weapon systems like this would not be good, and they still are not doing that well financially. But I paid less than $5, probably like $2 for this. I actually don't remember these vehicles that they would ride on at all. So this actually could be very rare. When I mean very rare, like instead of $5, it's like $10, right? But Bakugan is crazy. So I have more Japanese pieces. Is this Japanese? No. The Japanese for this series, the Gundalarian Invaders, is the same as the US versions. Japanese a little bit here and there. Love the dinosaur aspect on this one. This is like when I wouldn't mind having a whole pile of loose ones with, but when they're packaged, I'm gonna let them all go. I love this stuff, but there we go. So that's what I was mentioning. The Japanese packages are somewhat similar, and this guy could be a Japanese exclusive. Thanks, jerk, for ripping the sticker on it. This will be the one to be worth the most money. That has a giant rip. God, just it's amazing stuff. Oh wow, look at that. Got some box sets down there. Those can be really good. Those can be like $50 to $150 each. Look at that Japanese piece. Baku Tech Booster Pack. And I was buying these in the store, or I was buying them on discount for like $3 each. Like this is a big cannon. Baku Double Strike Dartak. It's like it reminds me of Bionicle names almost. Our Japanese piece, that was a little bit of lifting there. That was about $6. Same character too. So here's another Zubul. This is the Japanese version. I don't know if this was released in the US, the talking base, but yeah, I'll keep one of these. They had like a candy theme to them because they looked like little wrapped up candy balls. And that's the direction they went with this series. Oh my god, oh, look at this Bakugan set. I remember this. So these are jumps. Oh, that's so cool. They're Baku camouflage. I don't even remember this stuff. Wow. Getting more excited about Bakugan, to be honest with you. These are really neat. So it's load and explode. That should be like a tag team duo for wrestling. Load and explode. These are really nice. I like the camouflage decos on these. I got one more. There's a duplicate. No, it's just, different colors. Kama Swords, Lava Storm. We got 2 Lava Storms. So, yep. I'll let those go. I hope those are good money. And to wrap up our Bakugans. Oh, look at this. The window box. Oh, that's so neat. So these are more character oriented. Gate card. Wow. Oh, that one's cool. The spider. Look at that. So BT43. That'll help with the identification of these sets. Whoa, the dragonoid looking one there. Hollow Muncus. Borg Machias. Oh, sweet. If I was to keep one, I guess I'll keep this one. Look at the colors on that thing. Rise, Dorogon. So, we'll find out on those. Future Alex will let me know. Wow, that's a pretty good box. You're invited. Look at that terrible goddamn artwork. Lisa Hayes' face is just terrible. Oh my god, that's like how can you draw the SDF-1 so well, that's been traced, and then draw human faces so poorly? It is jaw-dropping. I haven't even heard of this company. Amscan. Well, that explains why. Gun Sniper from Zoids, very popular. This one dead stock. No, this one's already open. This actually might be my personal one from my childhood. Well, I wouldn't say childhood, but love this series. People stay away from Zoids. I mentioned this over and over. It's because they're action figures, but they're also model kits. So people shy away from that, especially when they show up loose. You have a problem where is it complete? There's not many Zoid experts running around. They're usually in jumbled pieces. they don't get as much love and respect as they should. And the Zoid Gun Sniper was just, it was, especially the Kotobukiya version with like all the armaments, the radar dish, and it has a little basket to carry things. That Kotobukiya stuff is, if I could live to 1,000,000,000,000 years, I would buy all that Kotobukiya gorgeous Zoids and build them all and paint them properly. On another side, movie edition Liu Kang. Big Mortal Kombat fan I was. I loved playing Mortal Kombat 2. They tested it at Super Just Games where I lived. So my brother and I walked in. We played Street Fighter 1, well, Street Fighter 2, obviously. At Mortal Kombat 1, we walked into Super JoJo's, that was the abbreviation, and they had Mortal Kombat 2, and it was like a godsend to us. And we were like practicing and learning, like probably just at the weekend. It was just dropped off, and not many people were playing it yet. And then the movie came out, and I was super stoked for the movie, and I still am because it's a damn good movie. This is a later edition version. A lot of people are collecting the Mortal Kombat series. First series, much more easy to find. Movie editions, much more difficult to find. There we go. Raiden. Sub-Zero. Just saying their names, I'm just feeling like I get the chills. Clear blue weapons and blue figure. That was a great choice from Hasbro to do that. Do we have a nice Shang Tsung? These are great. These are just beautiful figures. Happy I bought these. These are being blown at KB. Nobody cared about these things. It was just like, it's amazing how now, just around 2015, a lot of these 90s toys were shooting up in value. And all this expensive rare stuff was just the cheapest stuff being blown out of KB. I think that says $3 each. You just bought them by the cases. Like, there's so much rare stuff that ended up at KB towards the end. It's insane. So that is it, folks, for this time being. We got a little Morphicon bag down there. Great show. And we're going to hit more tubs. Oh my gosh, we have so much neat stuff to go through. I am pumped now. I love it when I go through a tub that I really care about, and then I don't go through a tub I don't care about. You can hear in the voice. I just, ugh. But that was great. That was great. So let's see what else we have.